And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches, Frontline League over on X, Frontline Prediction League right here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We do appreciate it. You can also go to Top of the Card Pod over on X, Top of the Card Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. That is the real world wrestling podcast that the same people here do, talking about everything from Raja Jackson to Hulk Hogan passing and everything in between. But this is the Frontline Prediction League, and all those addresses go to the same Discord. You can go check it all out. We have our results page right here we'll be talking about. We've got the upcoming matches and lots of fun stuff. So let's dive in. I'm your co-host, Scott. Joining me, as always, is BeerMe. BeerMe, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Scott?
Tired. So ready to do trenches on a Thursday, as always, because that's how it is. But I am run down. It's also cold. I'm wearing a sweater. The comforter went back on the bed a couple days ago. The furnace hasn't come back on yet because I've not turned it on, but a couple of people who I know in town have. It's been like, when it's the flip side in the spring, I'm like, oh man, 10 degrees, that's hot. No, when it was 30s, 10 degrees is cold, and the body's not used to it. We're talking Celsius here, but yeah, it's been cold, it's been rainy, it's been dreary, it's been bleh, and then just like after working what felt like non-stop, covering two different people over two different periods for 2 different months with one in between, I'm run ragged, and I've been fighting off being sick for the past like week and a half. And I'm paranoid going for a run with my dog in wet weather. So it's like, because I have, not next week off, but the week after, I've booked my own week off. So, that's my long version of it. But you're good? You're good?
Yeah. It's been a long day, but I'm good.
Okay. I need a drink one second.
Yeah, I kind of do too, actually.
Okay. So, we did have Clash in Paris this past weekend. That was August 31st, 2 p.m. And those early start times are still a thing, apparently, because we'll get to it, but All Out, which isn't until the end of the month, now takes place before Wrestlepalooza. It was both of them at 8 o'clock Eastern, and Wrestlepalooza and All Out. So we technically had Wrestlepalooza first because All Out would finish later. That was the kind of the logic we had. So it's like it's the longer show. So this one finishes, here's the results, and then this one finishes, here's the results. Right? Fun fact, I didn't even think of it in that way. That's just how we were doing it. I just figured we kind of always do the WWE one is like the first up and then the next one. This is kind of how we always triggered it. But that was mostly because it was like NXT shows in the afternoon or whatever. But we have a rhyme or reason, even if I'm not always like cognizant of it or like, oh yeah. And I'm going to talk about people on the card tonight being like, oh man, that's 5 in a row. It's not 5 in a row. It just feels like it. So yeah. But when they moved All Out up to 3 o'clock, well, it happens first because that's 3 o'clock and that's 8. So there you go. So All Out does happen first in our canon, and it ends first too, but it does start earlier. So that one is coming up 3 o'clock. The picks page won't even be out for a couple weeks because it's only September 4th. Yes, I had to check the clock on my computer. I almost said calendar. That's over there for work. We're on one, BeerMe, because it's, yeah. But Clash in Paris did happen this past weekend. We did have our title matches. We did have our craziness. If you haven't watched the actual show, I recommend it. It was one of the single best crowds I've ever seen in wrestling, ever, in any way. So, for us, the FPL World Championship was defended by Mago Red against Dedrick Cyrus. Red did win by the BeerMe special of 1 point. I'm going to scroll and mention the FPL Continental Tag Team Championship, where the Kings of the Ring, Bash and a Broken Nerd, retained in their tag team deathmatch over the Reaction, Jonathan C.T. Martin and Luke Gray, also by 1 point, 59 to 58. So there were some close calls on that. I know some of the bonuses were crazy, and like, will there be a table? Will MVP touch or not MVP? Paul Heyman and this and that, like all these different things. But you know what I mean? Who's doing what, where, and then like, oh, they're not even there. Oh, okay. It was crazy. But Red did retain over Detrick. You were calling Detrick, and I was kind of like, I think he might. But I'm happy Red won. But the Kings won in the Tornado Tag, which is the Reaction specialty of sorts, by a point, which is down to 1 bonus out of 4 people.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
Pretty
crazy.
crazy.
It's crazy. Well, congratulations to the Kings. They're continue on with their run, as well as Red. Both are advancing through. As am I. I retained, with another little fly buzzing around, I retained over Monkey Bung, 18-14. And I think it was after even just the first or second match, the way the picks went, like, I kind of had it locked. But then as it went, I'm like, well, I got that wrong, and I didn't get that, and oh no, and it was worrying, but I got through Monkey Bong, and I'm on a hell of a run. More on what happened after that as we go, as we look into the write-up. But the Tournament of Killers did start, BeerMe. The A block had a Louvre hardcore non-title match. These were some cinematic matches that we writers came up with at like 3 in the morning after All In, I think it was, or Forbidden Door, or I forget which one it was. But Aiden Mack did defeat Supreme Rock, so he gets 2 points. In the B block, the Eiffel Tower hardcore match, non-title for our European champion. The GMSG got 2 points, beating the Arbiter. Back in A block, Eli beat Puccino in the Catacombs of Paris hardcore match. And then Mark Harper got 2 points, beating Bane the Bissa in the Notre Dame Cathedral hardcore match. So everybody got straight wins. That's 2 points. If it's a tie, you get 1 point each. Losing obviously gets you 0. So the blocks, it's starting quickly, and they will end quickly because we're going to have matches we're talking about here, BeerMe. They're already announced, but the stipulations we're going to talk about tonight for All Out and Wrestlepalooza. So literally the next 2 rounds will happen on the same day on September 20th. So, but how do you feel about that so far with, well, again, I retained, but also I went right into it. We're flying here. Aiden won, GMSG, Eli, and Mark Harper. And forgive me, I must mention Supreme Rock. He's the American champion, and he lost to Aiden Mack in that match. That's a big statement made. So what's your thoughts on those?
Yeah, it's a good group that got 2 points, and Aiden Mack really made a statement, like you said, to beat Supreme Rock. That's the champ. So, yeah, it's a big deal.
No matter what happens, the way I look at that, it doesn't give him a title shot guaranteed. But he won a hardcore match on a main show over the champ. That goes a long way towards who would be next. Obviously, this tournament is going to factor in to get us who's next specifically. But even that alone is like, oh, okay. And we've known Aiden Mack has been on that run, on that tear for a while, so not surprising there. But Jameson over Arbiter, Eli and Puccino, and then Mark Harper and Bane the Bissa. We have more contenders, though, absolutely defined. You'd think, as Daisy Knoll and Jonathan Monroe beat Catharsis. Wait, no, they didn't. Haley Blackbriar and Kyer took them to a no contest. Because of course they did. 60 to 60. So that means both teams advance. And it's a triple threat against the Kings of the Ring. Daisy Noel and Jonathan Monroe looking to get the tag titles for the first time. And Catharsis, my dark horse team, I think they might take this. So I like that both, like, they're literally equal, so both get the shot. So what's your thoughts there? How do you see that going now? It's a triple threat.
Well, hopefully the Kings retain, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Both teams that are vying for the shot are very good. So
let's move through. We have Lucifer beating Mac and Cheese 29-27. So again, 1 bonus kept it from a tie or pulled him into a win. This clearly isn't over because it seems like that's just the start of it, but it might be something that gets revisited down the line. No contest land returned where Hiroshi Moses and Will Colt went to a no contest. BeerMe Jesus beat Atlas Kiyama. That kind of stems back from some European stuff where GMSG beat him. So now you beat him. How do you feel about that, BeerMe, to kind of must-see good guys to Atlas?
yeah, it was very close, but got the job done, and gonna see what's next.
31-29, very close, very close. Orstella beat Ralentando 33-29. Jackson Myrtle beat Hunter Williams 33-27. Very close scores you can see here, along with Boone Job beating Shrift Dog and Danny the Light 29, 27, 25. Camp Applestone and JJ Rocky went to a no contest at 31 each. We got 2 more 31s. Payne beat Theodore Dr. Zeus Geisel 31-29. Morgan Clare beat X 31-24. So 31 seems to be the score to beat. Alice Hidden Kamikat joined the no contest club of the show with 25 each. Captain Coluis Blackwell with 33, I think it's the highest score we've seen, over James Blake and Jut Jut, so 30 and 28 for them. That is twice that Cap has beaten Blake on a main show in a big setting. So he's making a statement. He's going to make a run, I think. The Gaffer beat Kurt Cult 30-27. Kevin Dynamite beat Memories 26-22. Matt Zion beat Papa Snooch 30-26. Told you, don't sleep on Matt. CM Carlito beat 3J Platinum 32-23. And Rab beat Omega G 32-29. There are some achievements. We got Theodore Dr. Seuss, guys, 25th appearance. Eli won his 25th. Krulex won his 50th. Aiden Mack and Eli won their first hardcore. Bastion actually won a death match. He'd never won one before. And Daisy Noel got 2,000 points overall. So please go check out the write-up. We did get that up pretty quick on Sunday afternoon. The full pre-show is there, and then crazy stuff going on, backstage moments. Eli's being hunted by someone in a Guy Fawkes mask. Lucifer and Mac and Cheese had their brawl. The number one contendership happened and didn't finish. Bane the Bissa and Mark Harper had their stuff. Eli and Pushino in the catacombs. I wrote that. It was kind of fun. Arbiter and Jimus G up in the Eiffel Tower. Backstage with Monkey Bong trying to get after the Canadian title, and everybody's jumping everybody. And Gold Rush does what they do. And I'm not even specifically there, but they're going after everybody and everything, and people are going after them. And it's a lot of fun, I think, seeing this craziness. And then, yes, the Canadian Championship. And Cam Popplestone has made his challenge to face me at All Out. My promo's already up, and thanks, Cam, for telling people to go back and watch that. But the fact that, like, we were looking at potentially, like, could he be the world contender? And I'm like, yeah, but like if he's the Canadian, because he wanted to face me for the 6th defense, because that's his record. And this will be the 5th. Not the 6th, but it's the Canadian title, me and him, Toronto, Scotiabank Arena again, and he beat me there before. And like it's the ultimate full circle moment. He also beat me in Vancouver. So like I have to beat him. Like the story, it's too good. So yeah, it's fun. I'm hyped for that, and the promos are going to be good. And there's some fun stuff I got planned, but. Tag titles, BeerMe. Tag titles are crazy. Your boys kept them. There's Aftermath with Gold Rush involved, and many with Daisy and Monroe and Catharsis going crazy. And then the world title, of course, with It's Insanity. And we're going to have a rare 4-way coming up, because normally the only reason we have triple threats or 4-ways, whatever, is if there's like the Elimination Chamber or our annual Ultimate X and things like that. For titles, I mean. Or if a tournament happens to get to a spot where, well, we got co-winners of the Rumble or co-winners of a tournament or the number one contender match. Sometimes, you know what? It's just good to have a multi-person match. Like, yeah, it's good to have that person get their shot. And, I mean, McKennedy had his, and then there was the cash-in, which made a triple threat, which made it all wonky. But this, we're going to have a 4-way at All Out for the world title. And I like that because how rare that is for us. Like, it's, okay, that's kind of cool. But we got Myrtle, Red, Atlas, and Will. And Atlas and Will, that's interesting considering Gold Rush, but we'll see. We'll see. Will Colt see? I'm being silly. I apologize. But let's move over to All Out itself, BeerMe. Let's scroll over here. Boom, boom. Boom. All Out. Hey, it's me! My character on the front of that one. It's bad ones after that. We've got logos for everything else. I mean, I'm not kidding. We got Wrestlepalooza, and we got No Mercy. We got Crown Jewel and Bound for Glory. And, I mean, they're cool, I guess. They're kind of cool. Halloween in there. They're kind of cool, I guess, but it's not as good as mine. Haha. CT makes all these. Give them full credit on that. We do throw songs into a themes Discord. We're like, this could be cool for Halloween. And then he's like, yeah, sure. And we use it. So, yeah, it's fun. Discovered some awesome music from that, so check that out. But at that show, the main event, and not me, sentimental main event, yes, but the actual main event is the World Championship. Red defending against Atlas, Jackson, and Will. We'll talk more about that as we go toward the end of the month, because the show isn't until the 20th, and it is like 3 weeks out. Thank God we get to breathe. But I'm confident, and yet not at all, because these three are very dangerous. I think it's Atlas and Jackson's first world title shots. It might even be Will's, or it might be his second. I think he faced Daisy. So this is like new challengers, very dangerous with All Out. I don't know what to make of that. I got Cam. I have to win it. Storyline wise, I have to win. It has to happen. But we'll see what goes there. And now we have the tournament of killers. So Supreme Rock versus Pacino, they both have 0 points. Someone will get a win. GMSG and Mark Harper, they both have 2 points. So someone will get more, or like we'll see what happens there. Same with Aiden Mack and Eli, 2 each, and then of course that means Arbiter and Bane the Bissa have 0 each. Now, what goes from there is an announcement, which I don't remember who has it. BeerMe, I think you have the all-out announcement for this, right?
I do.
Okay, fire away.
Okay, so the all-out tournament of killer matches will be ladder matches.
James G's favorite. He's happy it's not in Toronto because he hates Toronto too, and I mean that in character and real. Like he doesn't hate Toronto, but he has bad luck there. You guys have had rough luck there, but him especially.
Right.
So ladder matches for Supreme Rock versus Pacino, James G versus Mark Harper, Aiden Mack versus Eli, and Arbiter versus Bane the Bissa. How confident are you on? Well, I can't even say how confident I am for All Out because all we know so far is it's Edge and Christian versus FTR, Mercedes versus Riho, which that's kind of that's kind of an easy one I feel. That's all we got. They got time, but that's all we got. So yeah, it's like, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Let's move through. There's a Watson Rules match. Jonathan C.T. Martin versus Sheriff Dog. That makes me scared because Watson Rules means eventual Canadian challengers. So I might know what's happening towards Survivor Series if that's the case. Or Cam will. We'll see what happens. Morgan Claire versus Orstella is also announced, and then a whole bunch of question marks. Do you have an all-out match to announce, BeerMe? Because I don't.
I do.
Okay, what do you got?
I have Lucifer taking on Hunter Williams.
Ooh. See, this is
going
where I
with
said,
Lucifer.
What, do I remember what happened? I don't remember who won. Was it Lucifer?
Lucifer beat Mac and Cheese.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say
he won the tag.
If Lucifer didn't win, I was gonna absolutely pick him. But since he did, I'm still picking him because of momentum. Sorry, Hunter, but I kind of got Lucifer on that. Like either he's gonna make a comeback. I might have to look. That's it. If he won, momentum. If not, comeback. Hunter's the one to turn him down then and turn that back. So we'll see. Scrolling through Wrestlepalooza. Boom, there we go. It is a cool look. It's a new name for a new show, which is weird because there was 4 of them over in ACW, but they're saying the first ever, and it is the first ever WWE one, but I digress. We do have the tag titles, as mentioned. Bastion and Broken Nerd, the Kings of the Ring, will defend against Catharsis, Kai Her and Haley Blackbriar, and Daisy Knoll and Jonathan Monroe. We then will have Anarchy in the Arena in a hardcore match. So this is Gold Rush, Atlas Kiyama, Will Colt, CT, and Luke versus the Round Table. Ralantando, Hiroshi Moses, Krulex, and Jackson Myrtle. The Tournament of Killers are also happening. So again, we got B block here. Jimashi versus Bane the Bissa. No points on this because we don't know yet. But as of what we're going into at least this weekend, Jimashi has 2, Bane has 0. Supreme Rock has 2, Eli has 2. I believe Arbiter and Harper. I already forget. See, I'm trying to keep track. Aiden Mack has 2. Pushino has none. Arbiter and Mark Harper. I have to scroll up. I have to. Arbiter and Bane have 0. Aiden and Eli have 2. Okay, so that's good. But these matches, I can announce what their stipulation is. So these matches are going to be 4-corner strap matches. And they're similar to ladder in the stipulation of how they work. I'm not going to say what it is because I forget. But in our Discord, you can go down to the link below. There is a spot for rules and stipulations, and it's in there how it works. So please keep an eye on for that. Buried Alive Deathmatch, El Cid versus Memories also happens on this card. It's just thematically a deathmatch themed around Buried Alive. Like we could have it like you had a 10,000 bottle caps match, BeerMe, but it was a hardcore match. It was just themed that. So double check on that one, guys. El Cid Memories. Make sure that Buried Alive is just a death match. I think it is, but that's happening too. 1 second here. As my throat dries up, I take a drink of Sprite with tea. That's going to help. It actually kind of did. But I have a match to announce on top of that. CM Carlito is going to face 3J Platinum. And just off the top of my head, I have a feeling that 3J is going to keep that momentum going. What do you think?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Beyond that, we do have No Mercy, and I'm going to load this up just because we can keep going real quick here because we're done otherwise, BeerMe. We can get out of here shortly. We got No Mercy. The Global Triad Championship is being defended by Gold Rush against the Call of the Kaijus, Sheriff Dog, Mark Harper, and the Gaffer. And then the European Grand Prix Championship being defended by the GMSG against a challenger to be named. I think we'll actually have that name as soon as next week. I don't recall exactly, but that might be when that comes through. After that, we got Crown Jewel. We got a logo before they do, but Crown Jewel is happening. Boom, there it is. And we don't have any matches on it yet. But the Tournament Killers blocks will be on that as well, I think. And then Bound for Glory is also there. We keep going. Wrestle Dreams on there. It's a lot. But next up, obviously, is All Out in Toronto. Yeah, I'm psyched for that. I'm excited. That is next. Where's the graphic? Get out of there. Get out of there. That one. Then get rid of that graphic. Boom. All Out. So, do keep an eye out for more matches on that one and Wrestlepalooza September 20th weekend. Keep an eye out for the specifics on there as we go. And yeah, we'll leave it at that, guys. Anything else you want to say here, BeerMe, before we go? As we hit 20 minutes in and out and falling apart as I'm literally running on fumes. So
just thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll see you next week.
We do appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Again, check out Frontline League over on X and Top of the Card Pod over on X. And then Frontline Prediction League here on YouTube, and then Top of the Card on all the streaming places to get that stuff. Both go to the same Discord. Impact is on right now. There's stuff happening. There are matches for Victory Road. We don't cover those shows, but there's cool stuff happening there in the live event chat. We'll have All Out stuff Saturday afternoon when we're watching it in voice chat. It'll be a lot of fun. Please check it all out. We do appreciate that. And yeah, thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.